Welcome to our next installment on Winter Promise. Today we're going to be thinking about how does the experience approach fit into your family life. Winter Promise was always created to be a family experience and something that you and your entire family would enjoy together. And by enjoy, I don't mean a ton of prep that you're doing separately from your family, but instead something that you all are doing together and loving together. So today we're going to handle a few questions regarding how Winter Promise is just made to fit your family. And let's start with one I get asked a lot. As a parent and educator, some people will ask me, what really convinced you that the experience approach was the best approach to homeschooling? I think knowing for you that Winter Promise is here to provide a learning experience for your family, whether you're just schooling one student or several, it's designed to be something that works for everybody in the family. Winter Promise provides that great family learning because when a student learns something through active learning, they're just so much more likely to retain it. And because Winter Promise offers so many active learning opportunities, there's always something to help your students really get it and grab onto it. Another thing is that active learning experiences are more likely to engage the student and excite them to just really explore other topics on their own. Charlotte Mason so advocated for discovery-based learning that really excites kids. And Winter Promise is all about introducing your students to learning that gets them wanting to dig into it on their own. No matter what the topic is, we're trying to approach it from an aspect that will really get them to head off into another room and dig up more books when you take them to the library, that they want to pursue it on their own and develop that love of learning. Another thing about Winter Promise is that active learning really does appeal to a broad array of learning styles. And because of that, Winter Promise can be tailored to a whole bunch of different students. Most families don't have just one learning style in their family. Usually one child has one major learning style and another one really majors in another learning style. And so when you talk about these active learning experiences, there's something that really is able to be tailored for each student. By that I mean that if one student really connects with the art and creativity part of learning, then you can focus on those aspects that are offered in Winter Promise, while if another child just loves to do experiments and hands-on learning or try it yourself, there's that can be done on their own and delved into a little more. And they meet in the middle and do several of these things together, and both of them can kind of do each one of those in their own way. So it's very much able to be tailored to your family and be something that you can experience together as a family. And that brings me kind of to the next point. Active learning can be experienced as a group. And so your family isn't divided into several small groups and schooling at this desk or that table or down in their room. They could do that, but Winter Promise is designed for things to be experienced as a group. So for a family learning experience, it's just top notch in being able to actually encourage your family to come together and have those learning experiences together as a family. And then that creates those family memories that most of us, when we set out to homeschool, really in our heart of hearts would like to have as a major priority for our learning. The homeschool lifestyle is all about wanting to make memories together and have those common experiences that really bond us as a family. And Winter Promise really offers those experiences that are going to effectively do that. And again, I know I've said it before, but we do that with a lot of activities that provide you that experience without a lot of prep work. So you're really not getting yourself in for something that's time consuming, but something that really can be done easily with your family and be a genuine fit. In Winter Promise, I hear there are a lot of awesome activities. People will say to me, how does that fit into the experience approach method? Well, the experience approach is named experience approach because it does offer a lot of experiences. And those experiences, not all of them are active learning, but many of them are. And those are different types of experiences. We carefully craft our different activities here at Winter Promise to be, first of all, educationally rich. Charlotte Mason didn't believe in just endless, stupid, busy work for students that really taught them nothing, and we don't believe in that here either. We work very hard to bring you activities that are going to be something that yield a lot of learning for your students. So that's one thing. Our activities are always culturally revealing as much as they can be within the study you're doing. Some studies are more cultural, some are more historical, some are more geared toward experiments or nature learning. But in those studies that really delve into the culture, we make those activities culturally revealing, not dumb, busy work that's just coloring or a crafty project that you really don't end up with a student who's learned something. We also offer real life experiences, or at least experiences that are connected to things you might come across in real life. And by that I mean if students can really try a skill or something that's done historically, that's something that's integrated into Winter Promise. So you're going to come across those things that are just real life experiences that get kids excited about how other people live, or things that in ways and skills that might have been used hundreds or even a millennium ago. So that's another way. And then finally, we offer journaling. Our journaling is, I think, one of a kind out in the homeschool world. Our journaling is so interactive, and we try to make it visually very intriguing as well, so that when your student is doing Winter Promise journaling, it's top notch. And again, that great learning experience is built right in there, so that whatever page you're doing, whether it be on the culture of Japan in Children Around the World, or what the use of a Roman corvus was in Sea and Sky and the Roman seamanship, that's all stuff that is going to be just a really rich experience for you and really add to what students are coming across in their regular studies. So all of these experiences fit into having great learning experiences here at Winter Promise. Another question that some parents come to me with is, I'm like a lot of parents. I want our curriculum to, hey, give me as much help as I can. How does the experience approach really help parents with homeschooling? This is a very practical question. As a mom, I know that I spent a lot of money on curriculums that I felt did not partner with me in making the homeschool journey easier. And that's not an easy thing. We as homeschool parents live on very defined incomes usually, and that money that we part with for curriculum is something that we really need to make count. And so here at Winter Promise, we build our themes and our programs to really make the investment that you're making in homeschool curriculum one that you feel like is well worth it. So Winter Promise materials are developed to let you enjoy the journey and keep the prep time low so that you're enjoying it as a family, by first of all offering guides and resources that are designed to come alongside of you. We get all the time comments from parents, wow, your guidebook is so easy to use. And I think we can all think of a curriculum or two that we've used that, wow, the guidebook, I think you needed a degree in something to be able to use it, and certainly a lot of time to delve into it and make sure you're doing whatever you're supposed to be doing with that guide. Most Winter Promise guides are a one-page grid that's very easy to work through in a week, and you can see what's available and see which sections you have choices in and which sections are for discussion, and it just makes it so easy to use that as a record of your homeschool journey that is an actual help to you, a buddy that's coming alongside of you to make it really easy to homeschool. Another thing you'll love is that the materials are really fully developed. And by that, I mean that I came across a lot of curriculum out there when we were still out there looking for what we wanted, of materials that kind of gave you these sort of pseudo starter ideas, but really it still left it up to me, the mom, to have to track things down, make sure it worked, fill out the idea, add something to it. It just wasn't fully developed. when you invest your money into a Winter Promise program, you're getting something that is actually a fully developed and fully realized idea. And most of our activities are that low prep idea that you can just get it out there and enjoy it instantly with your student with just a minimal time of prep, or maybe none at all. And on top of that, the idea itself still carries with it that really rich experience that you're looking for. We also pull together resources for you that encourage discussion. For me as a parent with homeschooling, this was hugely important. I really wanted my family to sit down and talk about the things that were important to us, and talk about it in a way that they would really reveal what they're thinking and get them to think critically about it. The resources that Winter Promise hands to you are all designed to get that dialogue going with you and your kids, so that when you encounter something about how children work in children around the world, the kids that have to work to help their families survive and work in sometimes terrible conditions, you can dialogue about the blessings that you enjoy and the possibility of serving those families or those kids somehow, how that affects your family's thinking about what they have. There's just so much dialogue that opens up around the themes that are presented in Winter Promise. There's a real sense of purpose in the dialogue that you can have with your kids around the topics we introduce. And then all of it is built on a foundation of practicality. Me, when I let a few of my hard-earned dollars go, I want to know it's going to work. And so therefore, if Winter Promise is anything, it's going to be practical. It's going to be something you use. And not just use one part and toss a whole bunch away, but you're going to use a lot of it. You're going to feel like every dollar you spent on Winter Promise was really worth it because of the experiences your family had, as well as the great learning that was accomplished throughout the year.